those videos that John McLaren sent, but I think that screwed everything else up. How can I get rid of
Well,
that?
good. I thought it might have been my computer because Dottie been on this computer all day on
No, it was
Zoom
me.
thing. I said, well, maybe it's me. And then you hate to change settings when you don't know what the hell you're doing.
I know. No, it was me. It was my computer, and then I lost you too. So how you doing?
I'm doing good. Mike Gentry was in the town the last 3 days. He stopped and stayed 2 nights and 3 days. And
Oh, that's nice.
yesterday we had lunch with Danny Rubio. So that was nice. You know, we just went and ate some places and we went over there in your neck of the woods, Dos Cephas, Dos Cephas.
Yeah.
And heard Tom Hook play. Well, that was a lot of fun. That was the night before last.
Um. So is Chris out of? Did Chris leave town?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we had lunch with him last week. And that
Well,
was,
you've been having lunch with a lot of people.
yeah, man. Yeah. I think I'm going to have a cigar for a change.
Okay, I'm trying to. I had a bunch of stuff on the other computer, but
Oh, that's right. When you switch computers, you
yeah.
and Billy, you might lose some of your program.
And Roger wrote me and asked for the links again, so he's coming on. Let me see if I can get this one to download. Download to your device.
Chris?
Hi, Chris.
Hey,
You
how you
back
doing,
in
guys?
Pittsburgh?
Hey, Chris.
Trying to get my volume up. There we go.
How you doing? How was your trip to New Orleans?
Oh, it was fabulous. I had a great time. Got to see the guys. We had a wonderful lunch
During the
at,
storm?
at Rizzuto's. And we had the whole place to ourselves. That was so crazy. The weather was terrible that day. It was
You didn't have any trouble getting back to the hotel, Chris?
no. This guy found a way, and we went through some pretty deep puddles, but that was about it. How about you?
We made it. Yeah, we made it home, but when we got about a block from our house, that's when it got the deepest.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Snake.
Hey, Snake.
Okay, well, while you guys are here, I just want to see if you can hear this. If it's one of the videos from John McLaren. And
Nope.
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 Okay, forget that. Whoops, shit.
It's all choppy, there's something wrong with it.
Yeah, well, I've been having trouble getting it to play right, but I can't get it loud enough to record so that you can hear.
Yeah.
But I've been trying. It's the only new stuff I have. Billy's coming on. He found a bunch of old stuff that he thought maybe everybody would have forgotten by now.
We've been doing this 4 or 5 years now. We haven't seen.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I found a bunch of stuff that I should have brought home. I found a collection that I had of business cards. But everybody from Bob Adams and all the different clubs down in New Orleans, and I had business cards from everybody. What I'm going to do is I'll take pictures of them and send them to you. All right, Tom?
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Everybody can talk about it.
Just fun to see them because they remind you of the people that, were behind
Right.
those groups. Their names are on the cards and everything.
Yeah, I have some of that stuff. Let me try to find it. You guys keep talking for a second and
Now, New Orleans was great. I had a wonderful day on the trolleys. I drove all around town, and then I got to meet these guys for lunch at Rizzuto's, and we
That was
told
fun.
lots of lies and about the old
trolley
days.
trolley is it's a great thing to do.
Oh yeah, I took the one on Canal Street from one end to the other, and then I went on the St. Charles and went the other way down into the Garden District.
So
And
you got to see St. Louis #1, the cemetery,
yeah,
with everybody above ground.
yep.
I did when I was working for, oh, here comes Roger, just a second. Hey, did you get the stuff? Yeah, I did. I emailed it to you. Let me try again.
Chris, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while.
I'll find it and send it to you again.
Snake, the beard is looking great.
What?
Too lazy to shave.
Everybody's talking, so. Okay, either way, bye-bye. All right, you guys go ahead and talk, and I gotta send this back to Roger.
Okay.
Well, anyway, the St. Louis #1. I was working for PBS, and it was going to be Halloween, so so I got to the guy, Mr. Buddy, who ran the cemetery, and we were going to stay there all night at Marie Laveau's tomb until till daylight, till the sun comes up. So but we had to get in there at like 7 o'clock because they lock everything up. So at 3 o'clock, I had a pee, and I said, "Hey, Mr. Buddy," he goes, "Just go behind the tomb." I go, "Man, I am not going behind Marie Laveau's tomb and pissing. I'm not that crazy." But then they have these, I don't know what you call them, but it's where you see everybody's name, where they put the coffin in the brick wall.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of names on there. So I said, "Hey, how can there be so many names on this thing?" And he goes, "Oh man, we don't use very much formaldehyde." I put that casket in. A year later, I opened it up. I
Put somebody else.
take little pieces of wood or whatever's left, bones, throw the bones back in, and slide someone else in.
That's how it works.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta go deal with Roger.
Okay.
That sounds like back in the 70s.
Yeah, I could have stayed in New Orleans for another week. I swear, I thought it was great. I was having a good time. I would have gone to see more music. I got to see Danny play at the club that he was at, Maison Bourbon. Bourbon. How do you say it, Barry? Maison Bourbon.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Make some bourbon. Yeah.
I didn't know if they used the French accent or not.
Some do, some don't.
There was something I was watching last night where they were touring New Orleans, and the guy said, "Well, there's about 6 ways that people here say New Orleans:
That's right.
New Orleans, New Orleans, New Orleans. That's 4.
New Orleans.
New Orleans, right?
Yeah. New Orleans with a Y in there, New Orleans. Some people
Mm-hmm.
say, For musicians, we say, if you're singing about it, it's New Orleans. If you're
Yeah.
not singing about it, it's New Orleans, except for the song I'm Walking to New Orleans.
How
Right.
about the Big
You
Easy?
wouldn't say I'm walking to New Orleans.
How about the Big Easy?
Yeah.
Nickname, yeah, that's a nickname.
There's
There's
Mike.
Hey, guys.
How you doing, Mike?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Good.
Hey,
Good.
Dave.
Hello, everybody.
Mike Gentry
David.
came and visited me the last 3 days. He left this morning,
Oh,
back to Arkansas, but he was here for 3 days, so we went and heard some music and went out and ate a whole lot. So he's on the road right now. He's halfway between New Orleans and northern Arkansas.
uh-huh.
How far is that, Barry?
That's a 12-hour drive from my house to his house. Maybe 11 and a half.
Wow.
And how was your visit to New Orleans, Chris?
That was great. We were just talking about it. I got to go to lunch with these guys. Of course, it was the day when there was tornadoes and horrible rain and some of the folks had to get Bill had to get over the Lake Pontchartrain.
Hi, Jim.
Not fun for him to travel.
Hey, Gim and David.
What's that?
I said hello, Gim, and hello, David.
Yes.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, David.
Happy belated birthday, Chris.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
That was
Feels-
last Thursday.
Feels just the same today as it did then.
Yeah.
No, actually, I was traveling. That was the day that I was flying back to Pittsburgh from New Orleans. So I spent most of the time on my birthday in the air, which I don't know if that counts for you or against you.
It's always nice to get high on your birthday.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah. Whoa.
You get any of the rain at your house, Snake? We got some last, a couple of nights ago, a little bit last night.
Quite a bit today.
Not looking forward to snow this weekend, but what the hell, it's Colorado.
Oh,
Last night in Pittsburgh, they were saying there might be 1-inch size hail. I don't know anybody who actually got it, but that's some pretty big hail.
That is,
Yeah.
that's worse than
Wow.
snow, but by a long shot.
I'm used to people. The girls used to say 1 inch. That's pretty big.
You
Frank,
talking wide or long?
Yeah.
you're bragging again, Barry.
Oh.
So, Chris, the food in New Orleans was okay by your standards, or good, maybe?
Oh, the food
The
was
food.
fabulous.
Good,
I
good.
didn't get any bad food anywhere. I mean, we went to Mother's and I had, sort of like the red beans and rice, and my wife had an omelet with shrimp etouffee, and we had cheese grits and sort of the standard things. But boy, it's so real. And then you go to get some beignets, and they're hot and they're covered with 1 inch of powdered sugar.
Oh,
Yeah.
ay.
Happy
Hey,
California.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hey, Bill.
we even ordered a hurricane for Chris.
Yeah.
Not the kind you drink either.
No, that was very gracious of you, Bill. I appreciate that. I really do.
Chris got a firsthand look at New Orleans' famed drainage system and power plant.
Yeah.
The power plants failed, the pumps failed, and we had like 2 feet of water in the street and outside the restaurant by the time we finished eating. I had to take off my shoes and socks and roll up my pants to get out of there.
Well, I tell you what, when I walked in my car right at the curb,
Yeah.
I was in like 9 inches of water. My feet were soaking wet.
Oh, my feet were soaking wet. I had to dry my shoes out on the lamp at the hotel.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was crazy.
But just that much rain?
Yeah.
Yeah, it rained pretty good. It was
Here in Metairie, 8 inches. 8 inches a couple of hours.
Wow.
Drains can't handle that.
no, in New Orleans it doesn't drain. New Orleans is below sea level. So when it rains, all the pumps, if they are working, it pumps out about a ½ inch an hour. And so when you get 8 inches in 2 hours, you can do the math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
What's up, guys?
Hey, Rick.
Yeah.
Rick,
Yeah, New Orleans had some rain last Wednesday, didn't you? Well, we
Yeah.
did too over here, but not right, you know.
Yeah, we were having dinner with Chris at Rizzuto's on Fleur de Lis, which is kind of ground
Lord.
central for flooding usually too.
Yeah. Wow. Anybody have any damage from it? Y'all?
Just wet toenails, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like looks like Tom has got the eclipse going over there. Okay.
Yeah. He's
I'm sorry I missed last week. I forgot completely we were doing it, but I ended up having to do some work at my daughter's house. But
yeah, I didn't make it. I was tied up. My wife wouldn't untie me, so you know. No, actually, I was at a spaghetti dinner fundraiser, and I was there. I didn't get home about 4:30. I was whipped out then.
we missed y'all, but we had a small but enthusiastic crowd.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Oh, that's good. Everybody doing good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
You enjoy New Orleans?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's it. And I was thinking about it, and if you guys ever want to have a reunion in New Orleans, I think that's a great place to do it.
Oh, definitely. I wish I could have been down there and meet y'all. I was tied up Monday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's just too much going on.
If we could find a little place to play a couple of tunes together at the same time, but in terms of food and the atmosphere and everything, it's everything you could want for a site for our kind of reunion.
Just a small thing, you know. Something.
Yeah.
Oh, and Chris, I mean, actually, what Chris, he gave us each a autographed copy of his cookbook, which is excellent.
Yeah, that's a real nice gift. Donnie, I've been looking through it a lot.
Yeah, Bonnie read every page of it. She didn't cook me nothing yet, but it's
I was going to say, you can look at it all you want, but unless you cook something from it.
Yeah. Well, she was
a cookbook, needless to say, you know.
Yeah, but it's called Stuffed, and you can be stuffed if you work through the first 2 chapters at least. It's like.
Yeah, we don't realize how many things that we like to eat are something inside of something else, whether it's stuffed peppers or whatever it is. But
you've heard of New Orleans turduckens, where it's a.
I used to get one of those every year. They're good. I used to get one every year.
You know what that is, Chris? Turducken?
Oh yeah, I would never do it, but I know what it is.
Chicken and a duck and a turkey. It's great. It's delicious.
For a while, that was a standard around here in New Orleans. Everybody had those. 10-year period. I think now people like the deep fried turkeys.
Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah.
I mean, I've had them, but I like a good old baked turkey for Thanksgiving. It's just kind of nice when you baking a turkey in the oven. To me, I don't know. It's just.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
And it makes a great smell around the house,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get Roger on, and so I've been texting him back and forth, and that's where I've been.
It's better trying to get him off when we were there.
Well,
yeah. Well, here's one. I'm just found some old pictures we haven't probably looked at in a while. Let's say.
Oh. Joel,
Chris, and Joan, and
this Danny Sullivan, her husband Jim on the right.
All right.
Okay. Wow.
oh yeah, she just died, didn't she?
Right.
Yeah, around November, December. Jim a couple of years ago. I think that picture was either Punta Gorda or Clearwater.
I think that's Clearwater.
Yeah, isn't that where Joan does her
Right.
festival every year?
Yes, a shop. There's a shop there. Yeah.
I was there, but I never saw this picture. That's good.
I don't know if that's a picture I took. It sure looks like one I took.
It might have been, because anytime I find something I like, I just put it in my files.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
I remember for one of those, I think it was that one. We all got new.
There's Roger.
Hey, Roger.
Roger.
Hey, Roger.
How you doing?
Yeah, Roger.
Glad
I
to
got
see you.
lost. I got lost in cyberspace. I didn't know where in the hell I was.
Did you get both emails?
They remind you back in the 70s.
Oh, listen,
There you
Ron
are.
Fuller.
that nice
Wow.
young couple
Oh.
guys. We were at the
Wow.
airport. Ron and I were at the airport. I don't know where the hell we were going, but we were someplace cold.
Yeah.
It probably wasn't Miami Beach, huh?
No, no, we
Like Ron's
weren't
home
thinking Miami
bouquet of
Beach.
flowers.
I don't, we were probably in Denver, going somewhere. I don't know, maybe to New York,
I like that
maybe
jacket. You still got it?
maybe to Jamaica, I don't know.
Of course, Jamaica, of course not. She's my cousin.
Yes.
We
Really?
haven't seen too many pictures of Ron. We haven't seen those. There's one or two.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was an old joke the band used to do. I was down dancing with my cousin from the islands, and he said, "Oh, Jamaica? Of course not. She's my cousin."
yeah, she's my cousin.
Go ahead, Billy.
Is the Jazz Fest going on now? Is it started?
I think next week. Or
Next week. 25th, Thursday, next Thursday.
Does
Next
anybody have any pictures from when your father's mustache went out to the Jazz Fest years ago?
I've got some Polaroid type pictures. I'll try to send them.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
Oh, I've been-
those would be great.
Yeah.
I've been
I
trying to
have-
find some. We went out there with the fire truck and Slits bought their big truck parked next to us, and we
Yeah.
poured beer out of that big truck.
Yeah, I got some pictures of that big truck.
yeah.
I can't think who's working. Mary Berber's there, and I can't remember who. Karen.
I have a picture of me and Bonnie in front of remember the Schlitz? There was a Schlitz can, like a
Right, yeah, they had that big Slits
scooter,
can
and
out
you
there.
could drive that around too, so,
I think that was the first one they had at the fairgrounds,
yeah.
It was, Roger, it was.
because I
have-
went to
I
the very first. The very first one was over at Congo Square,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it just took off.
Yeah.
Got bigger
Yeah, it is amazing.
and more expensive.
Used to be just more of a Louisiana and Southern type musicians come in,
Mhm.
and then they got so big it's all kinds of big stars.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever follow the Allman Brothers?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, Dickie Betts just died.
Yeah, Dickie just.
Yeah, Dickie Betts just passed away today.
What, did I freeze everybody?
There's only one of the originals left now. J-Mo, the black drummer, he's still alive.
God, they used to be at the warehouse all the time.
Oh yeah, every New Year's Eve they played there. Plus, almost once a quarter, really.
Yeah, they were up there lots of different times, and Bill Johnson was a good friend of mine, one of the owners.
Mhm.
When I opened up the Clarity, I told him what I was going to do, have recorded music. He said, "Let me send you down to this record store." Was it named Peaches, the record store?
Yeah, they had Peaches uptown. Yeah.
Yeah. So he sent me over there and said, "Tell him who you are and you're my friend." And they sold me all these albums at discount. So that's how I started off buying all those albums. He turned me on to these guys.
Well, Allman Brothers were my favorite group. They really were. Yes.
Did you know Robin Tate? Any of you guys know? He was Edwin Krebs's half brother, I guess. They had the same mother. Brother from the same mother. Yeah.
Yeah, I
He
remember
worked with the Clarity a little bit, and he helped me get those albums too, bring them downtown.
And who were the people that didn't somebody make you the custom make the audio system for the Clarity?
Yeah, I got those actually from a guy named Curtis. He helped. He lived upstairs about Tipitina's.
Mhm.
Those were big monitors for
Yeah.
musicians, and I had those brought in. And then I took that old Victrola and I gutted it, and I put a turntable at the top, and down at the bottom were all the controls for the musicians, and they had a jack right behind the stage. So when the musician came in, he didn't have to bring all his equipment with him. He could just plug in. I had 4 jacks there. He could plug right in and his guitar, electric piano, or whatever. It was the good music bar.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, Clarity was good. It was nice.
Boy, that was a trauma in my life.
Clarity Bar of Music.
Yeah. It seemed
Roger,
like
did you know Terry Kane? It's pronounced Koehn. He was had all the a lot of the electronic kind of stuff. He did it for that stuff with Warehouse, and then Vince Vance and all them. Terry Kane, you remember him?
What's that?
Terry Kane. but it's
Oh, yeah,
catering.
yeah,
You know,
I remember him, yeah.
yeah.
He was into doing the sound and everything.
Yeah, for the warehouse, and he
Yeah.
built the sound system for Vince Vance and them. And
Did he go with Vince Vance, and did he travel with him?
no, they had a guy named, when I was traveling around with them, they had a guy named Peter he was using their they had built their equipment.
Yeah.
And one time when his guys did travel with us, we were down in stayed in Gulfport but made a lot of stuff while we were just waiting around to do something.
Yeah. There was that circle of music there going, and Rosie opened her place uptown.
Yeah.
And, the warehouse was ruined, and the Tipitinas jumped on, and
Well, Rosie's is still there, but they turned it into like a sort of a venue for weddings and things like that.
do they still have music there?
No, they mostly like well, I don't know. I haven't been there except for like special events, but it's set up with a stage and all that. So I imagine it could still have a
Oh, yeah,
live music there. But Rosie's is still uptown off of Chapatulas.
yeah, Chapatulas.
Okay, the wrong city. Sorry.
Yeah, wrong.
That's a nice picture.
Oh,
At least you have someone organized. My photos all over the place. I'm trying to get them, put them in different categories so I can find them easier.
There's another Roger and Fred picture.
Oh,
That was at our first summer. Fred and I worked together at Cape Cod. And
we worked together after that.
the reason I did that to Fred, we were out during promotion up at Cape, going out and putting up those little billboards like we did in New Orleans, and all the hotels and everything. There, take it off and get in free. So we stopped at this donut shop. Real good, all these big, beautiful donuts. I had this big donut, had a big whipped cream and cherry in the middle, and I was getting ready to take a bite of it. Fred had pushed it right in my face in this donut shop. And everybody in there thought that was funny as hell. They just laughed. So I thought, well, I'm going to get even. And so this was an excellent chocolate cake with whipped cream on top.
oh goodness.
And I had everybody get Fred's attention. I come up behind him, tap him on the shoulder. He turned around and I let him have it.
Wow. You were feeding him, huh?
One thing about working at your father's business, you had a lot of hard work to do, like this. Keep them laughing.
Yeah. Well, we did a lot of whipped cream pies, but they sure were sticky.
Yeah,
No.
well, some people start using the shaving cream. I said, no,
Yeah.
we can't do that. That's
Yeah.
it's terrible, burn your eyes, didn't taste good.
Especially if you eat that long, yeah.
So we went back, whipped cream only.
Yeah.
There's that picture of Joe getting hit in the face with a cream pie in New Orleans.
Yeah, I think I got one. Let me see. I think I might have it if I can find it.
The guy that did that, he was a manager when I first got there, David Ryle. And he did that, and then I didn't see him anymore after that.
Yeah.
I don't know what Joe did with him. He said, "You're in charge now." I said, "Oh, okay."
Oh,
There it is,
that's-
right there.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I can imagine probably took balls to hit Joel in the face with a cream pie there.
Yeah. I like what it says down there. Your father's mustache is active as any place you'll likely encounter. And not the truth. The mood was just right. Things could
Did get pretty bad.
pretty lively.
And that's only the parts you see.
Schlitz beer, $3 for a pitcher.
Get your beer, $3.
Oh man.
God.
Now you can't get a beer for $6 hardly.
You gotta think
Yeah.
how much money we made off of that $3 pitcher of beer. Well, you can't even get a glass of beer for $3.
Nope.
Well, we used to sell the employee pitchers for 55 cents. So I guess that's how much it cost the club. I'm assuming. They weren't
Yeah.
making much money. Yeah.
Well, since we've dealt with Schlitz, we try to keep everything pretty even across this. And other companies tried to buy our account. The Budweiser wanted it real bad. And they tried to entertain us. But anytime Schlitz got nasty, we said, well, we have this guy from Bud talking to us. Oh, don't worry. What do you need?
Old Fred.
There's Fred without the pie.
Welcome to the home of happiness. Come on in, girls. We have a party after hours every night.
You can trust us. Come on in.
Yeah, no, obviously, New Orleans Club, we kept track of how much beer we used after hours because we waited out, then we waited in the next day.
Yeah.
New Orleans was by far the #1 after-hours beer drinking club.
Who's that at the door? That tall guy.
We kept the tradition alive. And the girls thought it was great. Hey, honey, want some free beer tonight?
We used to call it the annual waiters ball, but it went every night.
Yeah, who
Who's
is
the-
the guy?
who-
before? We
who's the
always
doorman?
talked about that, but we never figured out.
That's not John Leonard, is it? No, I don't think that's not John.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
too tall
that's
for
not-
Leonard.
No, it's too. Figure out who that is.
And we had that set up where we had that rope there. You had the doorman there, and then we'd move it back to the stage to the end of the bar. So you'd let people in real fast that. Then the next move was at the end of the far end of the bar. So people going real quick, and as the faster they came in, the higher the door price went up. Oh,
Economics is supply and demand. That's all we were headed for.
That's it.
yeah.
Well, since,
What a life.
well, since Chris is back with us from Italy, he got a little clip of him getting his award from Joel at the 50th reunion.
Okay,
Let's see.
where is that?
But you know, the funny thing is that in Pittsburgh, the banjo is my secret life, but then here, cooking is my secret life. Like everybody else, Joel, I mean, I relish the opportunity to tell you that you did change my life. And I told Joel just after the concert that, you know, I was a 19-year-old kid, sophomore in college, and I could not have gone on to junior or senior year because I didn't have any money. And I went for a job as a waiter at the New York club, and Keith Ramsdell, the great Viking manager that we had, said, "I don't need any waiters, but if you could play the banjo, you're hired." And I said, "Oh, I can play the banjo." And I got up on stage, and Ron Bizel was the lead banjo player. And I got up there, and he had a banjo because I tried to get out of it by saying I don't have a banjo with me, and they handed me a banjo. He had one, and I just followed what he did, but I didn't hit the strings. And, actually, that's been my secret all these years. And but you know, your father's mustache took me in as if it were a family. I would eat in the afternoon with Russ. I would come to my classes and come down, and he would cook food, and we had a sort of a family, and then we would play and enjoy the people who came there and enjoy how they enjoyed what we did. And I learned so much. It was a maturing process and a better education than I was getting up in the Bronx. A much more complete education about what life was going to be like. Go ahead 25 years to 1987, and Joel has this incredible event up in Connecticut where we're sitting in some goofball theater, and he's telling the story of his father's mustache. They lift up the curtain. He says, "What I want to give you is one more night in your father's mustache." And the curtain went up, and I couldn't believe what that was all about, because it was like being sent back to your youth, but with the appreciation that you have as an adult, and so it meant so much to me to go to that reunion, and I thought nothing and no one will ever top that experience. I was so wrong. So thank you, Joel. You did it again. I don't know what you're going to do for my 75th anniversary, but we'll probably be doing it together. Thank you.
Hey,
Yeah.
It was
You
good.
can get that guy to shut
Yeah,
up,
that
you
was
know?
real good.
That was so true, Chris, what you said about when the curtain opened up and there was your father's mustache. It was like we were sent in a capsule back to that spot.
Yeah, and there wasn't a
Just
dry
stood
eye
up
in
and
the house after
applauded
that.
and went nuts. That was
It was
fun.
beautifully done, beautifully.
That was just like the club.
I won't
Yeah.
forget that moment.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
That was a hell of a weekend.
it was.
What a fun time.
Yep, and we were younger then.
Yeah.
We could enjoy it more.
It was the best. Beat that
We
Tom
went to-
Carnegie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus. Younger? Yes.
At least 30 years younger.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I know.
Really?
There's another old
Oh, there's a,
backstage.
oh, there's a great picture.
Yeah.
That was Punta Gorda.
Right.
Oh, Sonny Helmer. Wow. What a showman he was.
He was so funny. I had never met him before, and before that weekend, and he was just a riot. What an interesting guy.
Always, always on.
Gentry
I'd heard
left my
about him for
house.
years, but that's the first time I met him.
Gentry left my house this morning at 6 o'clock. He spent the last 3 days here.
Oh, cool.
All right.
We had a great time.
Well, that's good. He came down to visit you.
Yeah.
Was he just coming to see you? Or he had some other stuff in New Orleans going on.
He's coming en route from Orlando, where his kids live.
Oh, okay.
Instead of driving the whole way, he drove 12 hours, stayed 3 days here, and then he's driving right now. Oh,
Yeah.
Oof.
He drove straight from Arkansas down.
no, he's coming from Orlando.
Oh,
Orlando to
Going back home.
which
Yeah.
was 12
Going
hours.
back.
It's 12 hours from my house to his house in Arkansas.
he was by himself.
Yeah,
He did that when he came up to New Haven.
yeah. He
Yeah.
don't mind. He doesn't mind driving.
No, he said he enjoys it.
So
Okay.
here's one of your pictures from last week, Roger.
Yeah,
Oh my.
that was at our first reunion.
Yeah.
We're outside of it.
I was probably out in the tent on Long Island Sound on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
A lot of people showed up for that one. That was good.
We had a lot of the waiters from the New York club came to that.
Oh yeah, they certainly did.
Very.
Another one.
Yeah.
Look, I had dark hair.
They
I had,
You had hair.
Well, yeah,
had hair
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I'm in
Oh, God.
the same hat.
yeah, we all were younger then. Jesus.
I think we all lived in a fantasy land.
Yeah.
Didn't have a lot to do with reality.
Here's another one from last week.
Oh, that's great.
That's a
Looked
good
like
pick.
you were getting married.
Yeah, it looks like
Congratulations.
at a wedding.
That was taken, Barry will remember this, when we tried to reopen your father's mustache down the street.
I remember that.
Yeah, this was an opening night thing. And the thing is, we got a lot of opening night promotion because of your father's mustache name, and people Fred and I knew and sending out invitations to people. But
I was there
unfortunately,
that night.
the guy that owned that and allowed us to go in there, he was on the deep side. He had some sort of wild animal upstairs in his office. Forgot what it was, in a cage. But
Jesus.
he didn't like the way we run our business. I don't think it was.
Well, he wanted to charge, if I remember right, $9 a picture, where a couple of years earlier we were charging $3.25 a picture.
Wasn't it outside too?
Yeah, that was outside. That was just a big courtyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Big
had
courtyard with a
decorate-
tent, so it got
Yeah.
really cold back there.
we had it decorated up pretty good, and we had a nice backboard built that
Beautiful.
John Patterson and some other people helped to put it together.
Who was playing in the band?
Me and Maynard
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah, hard band.
the old kid, and we got the same old guys from the first club, our club. but it was cold. The sound system was bad.
Yeah.
People didn't want to come into a tent and pay $9 a pitcher.
Mhm. No.
But aside
Yeah.
from that, it was okay.
Well, the best thing was we shared bathrooms with Big Daddies next door, and anytime you go take a leak, you'd run into a naked woman. Remember that, Roger?
Yes.
Yeah, courtyard next to
No.
me.
It's funny. Oh, well. We kept trying to find a place to put the mustache. And after we had the big fire, Joe and Ron talked about it, and it was almost impossible for them to go in and redo it because the lease ended, so we had to renegotiate a lease. And then you had to go into the building and redo the whole building and start over from scratch, which was a tremendous amount of money. And Joe, at that point, with the mustache, he always thought the mustache would be on Bourbon Street, just like all of us did. So it was
It'd still be there if you hadn't burned down. I think it'd still be
a big
going.
task for him to take on at that point in his life. And
Maynard Chatters says the good thing it burnt down because if it wouldn't have, we'd all be dead by now.
yeah, we'd still be playing and drinking beer.
Still doing the old songs because that's the only ones that we can remember.
I can remember sometime, I forgot who did it, Fred or somebody. Every time someone come in and order a drink, they had to chug an ounce of beer, a little ounce glass.
Mm.
By the end of the night, people were flipping around. So, did you do that, David?
Yeah, I remember.
Oh,
That's
who were,
That's from our last reunion,
that's the last reunion, yeah.
bar.
Now,
Maybe.
the guy standing up with the suspenders on. Does
He
anybody-
was a waiter from the New York club.
Yeah, he was at the 50th year reunion too, but I cannot remember his name for some reason. But I can't find out because I did do an interview with him and he said what his name is. So I have it on my video somewhere. If you look at the archives, I do have an interview with him. So I can find out his name.
Did you get to interview Dave Hunt when you were there?
Who? Dave Weibel?
The guy sitting in the
Dave
middle,
Hunt.
Dave.
Dave Hunt, the guy
Oh
said,
yeah. I have an interview with Dave too. He was a manager.
He didn't, he had to, I know he had to leave and go somewhere.
Yeah, no, I have an interview with him. I have an interview with, in fact, everybody at the table there except for Kelly, Danny's girlfriend. You know, yeah. If you look at the archives, I have a pretty much an entire thing at the bar, which includes all the songs that were played and all the interviews I did with people.
Right.
If you go to that link I sent to get to the Google Drive, it's called the Concert at the Bar. It has all that in there. It's about an hour and a half long.
Yeah.
It's a neat place they had in the back there. You didn't know till you walk back there what was going on.
Yeah, you know, it was a great place for a concert.
They said they have I guess it's a lot of loud music over the regular nights in there.
Yeah. Well, the acoustics were great, and it was very, very
They had
set up.
a lot of hip hop music going on.
thought it was perfect.
Hey, Jim, wasn't that guy's name Dougie or something like that?
Oh, Jim's on the phone with somebody.
Oh, okay. That strikes somewhere up there, you know. I can't remember how many eggs are in a dozen anymore, you know, but
Oh, you're talking
13.
about that- you're
Well,
talking about
yeah,
that-
13 if it's a baker's dozen.
Well, here's an old thing from the Carnegie Hall concert. Let me see if I can get it up here. Let's see if this is the one. I call it heavy metal because it was just all the tuba players.
Yeah.
A couple bit.
You aren't supposed to use that word in a polite conversation. All right, guys, tuba players to the fore.
Here we go! 1, 2, 3!
That was great.
Yeah.
And that Dave Gannett or
One of those
Gannett,
things I was there and I didn't remember they did that.
is he still alive?
Going back and look at the video. Yeah.
But where else can you find 5 tuba players in one room?
Really?
But Dave Gannett or Gannett or some kind of player. Is he still alive?
Yeah. He's not playing anymore.
A beautiful,
Oh.
a beautiful company car.
Yeah.
I had 2 company cars. I had a 1928 American French fire truck. I had this beautiful car.
And you didn't even put the name on it so that you could drive it
Well,
around.
you know, I didn't get around to it, you know.
I know you didn't get around to it for a couple of years.
I took a while. You're in one of those pictures of a place I lived uptown,
Yeah.
coming out of our house there.
What kind of car was that, Roger?
That was a Ford,
Wasn't it a Mustang?
yeah, it had a Mustang engine in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And that's
So it was a
what's
lot-
so funny about it.
Yeah. Okay.
I drove it back up from Florida, and driving, passing cars on the highway. I said, "What the hell is that?" Yeah.
Not quite as aerodynamic.
No,
No, not quite.
Fun.
There's the picture.
Yeah, that's a good one. And Tom there.
Ed,
Yeah.
Tom, and
Somebody.
Carlita.
And we never could figure out who had the fingers.
Yeah, that's Carol. I don't know who's behind Carol putting her hands up like that.
You can see a shadow of somebody behind there, but I can't make them out.
oh
Maybe
yeah,
it's- maybe I wouldn't do that. I don't know. And I have a picture of her at the park, all dressed up with the car too.
Eddie looked like a longshoreman.
Yeah. She's from Oklahoma. No, Nebraska. She's from Nebraska.
same thing.
Yeah, close enough.
Good old Nebraska.
Yeah, I guess if you're driving, if you don't see the state line, you probably can't tell when you change from one state to the other. Huh?
Well, yeah, they got Kansas, Nebraska, and Missouri all bump into each other. Thing about Missouri, Kansas was right next door, and you could drink when you're 18 over there. So we used to go over there all the time and drink, but they served you 3-2 beer, which gave you the worst headache in the world.
Yeah, Colorado had 3-2 beer for a lot of years.
You had to be careful when you came back over the line. Had to drive real careful. You didn't want the police to talk to you.
Yeah, they used to have 3-2 beer in Missouri on Sundays.
Really?
Yeah. That all the bars, they couldn't sell it from their regular bar, and they usually would have like the basement or something open, and you could go down there and buy it. It was very strange. It was very watery.
Where was that?
It was in St. Louis.
Well, St. Louis, yeah. Well, St. Louis was a happening place years ago, and Kansas City was too. Kansas City used to be a big music city with lots of blues. And
Yeah, Kansas City was like I think the Mission District. I used to go out with a girl named Cindy, and she lived there, and we'd go into the Mission District, and it was great.
yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything about missionary.
I remember seeing Brewer and Shipley there one night, one toe over the line.
Well, Count Basie left Kansas City in 37, and after that, it was downhill.
Anyway, well, I had this, what happened to it? Here's, can't find it now. I go back to it. I only had one other picture I loaded in that we had.
Well, here's one that I always thought was a little strange.
Both Iras are in this picture. In the background.
Yeah, big Ira back there looks like Bill Sykes from Oliver or something.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
That's Dennis Conley, I believe. And that's Suzanne. My sweet friend Suzanne. What the heck? The mustache was a great place to meet people.
Oh, yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Yep.
Why would we
What
own
can
a warehouse?
what can I tell you? I can't remember where this was at.
It looks like
I
a
don't-
warehouse of some sort.
I don't know if it was in New Haven because Joe and I put on involved in doing a big carnival type thing in New Haven and downtown by the little square. And that was inside because it started raining out.
Are you talking about that gay 90s fair that you guys put on at Joel's place one year?
I don't know. But Ira's not on with us right now, is he? No.
Nope.
No.
I guess he's late today.
Let's see, maybe you could tell us where this was. Look
Remember
at those
for
nice pants. I had those nice pants too that matches to everything.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I got to talk to Little Ira a lot at the Connecticut reunion, the last one, and I'm surprised he never just get on because he's funny. He's fun to talk to, you know.
Oh, yeah.
He's a character.
Yeah.
That was part of the application. Am I a character? I have to check my box. Yeah, okay, come on, show up tonight. Got a great sense of humor and have fun.
This was a picture I got from the Boston Club a while back, but I can't name the waiters in it.
Look at that nice cash register we worked out of.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's actually a newer one we had. I can't imagine servers today ever operating like we did and be so accurate with everything.
Peter.
Oh, there's a
Good old Pete.
Yeah.
well, it's signed too. Cool. Barry, your mustache looks so good there.
About
Has to work on that one.
yeah.
Yeah.
I had hair there too. Wow.
Was this at the Red Garter somewhere?
That's the Red Garter in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I recognize that Tiffany lamp. I think we had some like that at the club in New Orleans too. The old
Yeah,
Tiffany
we
lamp.
did.
Well, the Red Garter in New Jersey was decorated exactly like the mustaches. Exactly.
Yeah. that's
Was
what
the
else-
mustaches decorated like the Red Garter?
Yeah.
Well, I think you'd probably say that. That's Franny Smith.
Sure.
He came down to New Orleans like 2 or 3 times with us.
I remember, yeah.
Oh, 1978, it said.
Right, that was a couple years after the mustache.
Yeah.
And what happened was Joe Terra went down there and started working at the Red Garter. And
Bill.
Joe Terra brought in Danny and Yoakum and me. You know, it was the mustache band at the Red Garter.
Big
Big
Bill.
Bill. Big Bill.
And the
Big Bill.
guy with the cigarette in his mouth, who is it?
I don't know.
Y'all all know him.
Mm.
You got Big Bill, myself, Maynard in the back. Can't see the tuba player, but the side banjo player is Buzzy. That's Buzzy with the cigarette in his mouth.
Really? Oh, my.
Yes, with a mustache?
Yeah,
It doesn't look like
that's him.
I would never guess that.
That's
No.
Buzzy.
Now he went on to be a professor, didn't he?
That's right. Tulane. Yeah,
Oh, really?
he was married to Banu.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Buzzy.
Hmm.
And the thing is, Buzzy was just starting to play again. Let me tell you the story about that. So I was the band leader at the New Orleans club. I had to go get my throat scraped out from all the screaming. Scrape my throat. This is a true story. So I had to take a week off. So I called up Buzzy. I said, "Can you lead the band for like 4 nights?" He said, "Sure. I haven't played in a long time, but I'll come down there." He comes down that Friday night to lead the band. He led the band. I wasn't there, of course. And the next morning, the mustache burned down. He lost that Gibson banjo.
Oh,
Wow.
jeez.
Oh, wow.
Where was this picture taken?
That's at
1970.
Fritzl's.
At Fritzl's?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Why
as
did you
the
have your
mustache-
throat?
say it again.
Yeah.
As
You
the
said you had
mustache
your
was
throat
burning,
scraped.
as the mustache was burning down, it was
Yeah, well,
still flames. Dutch, the owner of Fritzl's, walked up to me and said, "So what are y'all gonna do?" I said, "Shit, I don't know. It's still burning." He said, "Show up at my place tomorrow. You got a gig." And the next night we started playing Fritzl's.
Oh, well, great. Yeah.
they
How's it going?
Was he paying y'all the same as the mustache, or y'all just work for tips?
Same.
Okay.
Barry, you said you had your throat scraped.
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
that right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I did so much screaming at the mustache that it formed polyps on my
Oh, I thought-
throat.
I thought,
But he
I thought
screamed.
maybe it was because all the smoke you inhaled in there.
No, it was from screaming,
Oh,
screaming and singing.
your throat's great.
Uh,
That sounds,
that doesn't sound fun.
yeah.
That's a true story. Yeah, I need to go to the hospital just from yelling so much. Look, Dottie Alec, that's my wife's card.
Wow.
Friday Afternoon Club, Vince Vance Fan Club.
Dottie Allegretti. Ah,
After careful scrutiny by the selection committee,
yeah.
Dottie is adjudicated
Meets every Friday,
membership in the
5 to 8.
Yeah.
Friday afternoon club, yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
That was a good place for a band to play because everybody was really drunk.
Yeah. Wow.
That was a crazy thing, that Friday afternoon club.
Yeah.
That started in Denver,
Wow.
and they used to have lines and lines to get into that 5 o'clock. But to get those kids out of there, or those people, and clean that mess up, to get ready for the night, It all
That was
back, it
the
all
problem,
backfired.
yes.
Everybody thought, oh, this is great. We have all these people in here. And we can open the club up with a nice crowd of people. Well, it was a crowd of drunks.
In Denver, the guys were charged $3 to get in for FAC and the girls were free. And boy, did we fill the place every Friday for FAC.
There was
Yeah.
lines outside.
Well, we had a lot of charity.
We'll see y'all
high
next
school.
week.
Yeah.
Take care, Rick.
Charity school and nursing.
See you, Rick.
Hold us up a
Next
lot.
week.
Bye, Rick.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Rick. Tell Sandra hi.
Yeah, FAC, that was very popular.
Yeah.
I mean, for a guy, $3 all you can drink, that wasn't bad.
Yeah, the girls are only $1, you know.
Jesus.
It started my downfall into wherever the hell I've been all these years. Working at FAC, working in your father's mustache. My first introduction to a mustache.
Yeah. You can go into the Salvation Army song after that.
Yeah,
But
and Rubber Ducky.
Robert Ducky.
We used to do that all the time, Rubber Ducky, but Salvation Army song was great. I love to do that one. Put a nickel on the drum, save another bum.
Mike Gentry used to pick out the sexiest looking girl in the audience and bring her up for Rubber Ducky. And he said, show him your quack. And the girl would go quack, quack. And Mike would say, she sure has a nice quack.
Yeah.
What a nice quack.
Oh, God.
Bad.
And then there was Temptation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
We did that occasionally at the New Orleans club, but
We did it all the time in Denver, every night, sometimes 2 or 3 times a night.
Good Lord. Okay.
Well, the big number in New Orleans was Dixie. You couldn't get away with that anymore.
No.
I mean, the waiter would jump up on a bar with the rebel flag and the strobe lights would come on. The house lights would go down and people would go freaking crazy.
Yeah.
They put you on CNN and you go to jail.
Well, they played Dixie at the 50th year reunion. The band did upstairs at they played Glory, Glory, Hallelujah, and then segued into Dixie. I have that somewhere, which I was kind of surprised. While they were playing Glory, Glory, Hallelujah, I said, I'm going to go into Dixie. They did.
That's Carnegie Hall.
Yeah, but not in Carnegie Hall, but upstairs when the band was playing that first night we were there. You know,
I didn't think that was a good idea.
it didn't seem to upset anybody.
Well,
I'm just saying, but I was surprised they did it. But you know, it's kind of like
if the mustache would have stayed, we'd have to take all those flags down and stop all that nonsense.
Yeah, things sure have changed.
Times have changing.
Anyway, so next week, same bat time, same bat channel.
Yep.
Sounds
Good to
good to
see
me.
all you guys.
Sounds
That's
good.
good.
Tom and Bill, thanks for doing this.
Good to see you again.
Great to see everybody.
Good to
You
see
all
you
have a
again.
great
Chris.
week.
Y'all take
Good.
care.
Good fun,
Oh,
folks.
away go.
Hey, Bill.
Okie dokie pokey.
Bogey, bogey.
Yep, I'll see you next week.
Good night.
Good. Same time, same